Hey guys, what's up? Here's my 2024 Ducati V2 edition I got back in December. Very nice bike. There's not a lot of videos of this bike on the web, so I figured I'll just post another video so people can get a view of the bike. The black edition, 2024 model. It's almost exactly the same as the 2023 model. A couple minor differences. The seat material's a little different, things of that nature. But other than that, same power plant, 955 cc's. So it's not quite a liter bike, and it's way above a 600. When I was younger, I had a Suzuki 750 Gixxer, and that bike was in an in-between class too, almost a class of its own. So I like to stick with these bikes in between, classes. This bike is fantastic though. I was able to ride it in early December and cruise around when we had 50-degree weather. I live in the Northeast, so right now we got snow on the ground, and I'm not going to be riding it for quite some time. So while it's sitting here in the garage, I figured I would do a couple minor mods to it just to make it look different, give it a little eye-catching things on there for people to see, or for myself. But yeah, it looks really good. I did a couple things here. I got the new levers on. You can see that they're etched, laser etched here, Panigale, adjustable. They are 6-setting clickers, which you can see right there, which is really nice. The original levers are perfectly fine. You can adjust those. I just like these. They end up being a little shorter to the end here. And I have larger hands, and they feel good in my hands, and it's just something that I preferably like, so that's what I went with. Again, the grips etched with Panigale, pretty nice. The grips here this one was very difficult, the throttle side to get on. Ducati has a lip on here that's about 3/8 of an inch, and it was very difficult with the aluminum to get over that lip, so I actually had to trim that lip down. This is the second set I bought to sand it down and be able to get this over that. Still locks on, still came out really well, but definitely not easy compared to other motorcycles. When I was twisting it, I broke the plastic piece in here that keeps the throttle from rotating on the bar, so I had to find a piece from a company in China. They actually make the parts for Ducati. It was somewhat reasonable. All these parts from China are made for companies in the United States, but when you buy it from China, very, very cheap, but it's the exact same product, very nice quality. All the parts I bought have been exceptional quality, so I'm pretty happy with that. Inside here, when I broke that plastic piece, I figured, well, I'll take it apart, and I put in a throttle spacer kit. You can see right now I'm actually turning the throttle, and there's no movement. Factory, this has, I would say, a little bit more than a 1/4 inch of slop in here. Now it's very tight. The throttle feels very good. It's really nice, and it's good. It's nice and smooth, no play, no slop in here. And again, with this Ducati, it's electronic control, like fly-by-wire, so you're not actually pulling a throttle cable. Computer takes over from here, so it's pretty nice. This model, same thing as the 2023, is loaded with electronics to help you ride. There's wheelie control, torque control, different riding modes. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's this thing just to help you when you're riding, depending on what type of rider you are. Of course, you shouldn't need any of those electronics if you know how to ride a motorcycle in the first place, but it comes in handy with the power that's in this bike. Let's see, I have just a front fork protector. Again, it's the aluminum. Iodized red, so it looks good. I put this Ducati Corse sticker on the wheel. It already has the other ones on the wheel and one on the tire down here, so it looks good when they're rotating. I put a radiator protector in here, one up top. You can see that's laser etched with Panigale right there where the dirt marks are, so that's nice to protect your radiator. For me, for fun, I put a Lamborghini emblem on here. Cheap little emblem, nice. If everybody knows, Ducati is owned by Lamborghini. Lamborghini is owned by another automotive group. But Lamborghini obviously has a say in their motorcycles. You can see by the front headlight, it's been like this for a few years because, if you noticed, it looks like the front headlights of a Lamborghini. So the Aventador, some of the other models have that same pattern. So that's where Lamborghini comes off. Again, not a Lamborghini edition motorcycle at all, but I just thought it would be cool. I've always liked Lamborghini. I do have a clear clutch cover to go on here. It's again red aluminum around the outside. Clear cover with a red spinner part in the middle. Has a black disc in it. Should look really nice. I got to put that on, but I got some time to put that on here because it's winter time. So the bike's going to sit here in the garage for a while. So I got a couple months to work on that. Fluid reservoir cap in here. Aluminum again. Nice little addition. One's up here also red aluminum. So that's pretty nice. So got that matching red aluminum all over. Just sort of little accents. I put the tank grips on here when I did ride the bike for a couple days, put 100 and some miles on the bike. Yeah, going around corners and stuff, just like any tank. You know, your legs slide pretty well here. So it's nice to have a little grip. And there's one down here too. That's if you're really leaning the bike, which you should never really have to for typical riding around town. So that came out good. Stock exhaust. Can't do anything with the exhaust yet. Got to get to at least 600 miles, go through the first service call. You do anything like that before that 600 miles, Ducati will void the warranty, and the warranty is a 2-year warranty, which is pretty nice. So don't want to mess that up at all for now. The bike came with the second seat on it. However, when I ordered it and I also ordered the seat cover. Well, the seat cover is not really just a seat cover. The seat pops off here, but what they actually give you is a little seat sliver here, whatever it is, that covers the storage compartment, which can hold pretty much maybe a wallet, and that's about it. So you get this little cover here, but then they're supposed to give me the rear fairing assembly, which is the same material that just is one piece with no seat. So I'm waiting for that. Was supposed to get it in January sometime, but here we are, end of January. I put in a protector back here, protects the wheel, keeps all the dirt out, keeps everything hidden. You can see that there's a hole in here, goes right through the axle in the rear, all the way to the other side. And it's got this nice pattern over here that you can see. I put the Ducati Corsair sticker on. And again, this came on the tire, and so did the red paint. So when this thing's spinning, it looks pretty nice. Just bought a rear wheel stand here because this piece is on here, the stock diameter hole that the pin goes in here. I had to get a different pin that fits in here. And nobody really knew exactly the size of this. I even called the company and ended up buying a pin for the stand that was a little smaller than the factory one that they would give you if you bought the stand through Ducati. And it's a little looser, but it holds the bike no problem. This is a heavy duty stand. It's made in Italy. I just use a Velcro strap right here. It goes around the stand and over to the wheel. So that keeps it steady. This bike isn't going anywhere on the stand. So a simple fix for $1.50. I'm in New York. Let's see, I got the fender eliminator kit. So this is bright yellow LED, real bright white lights right here that light up the license plate. When this is all lit up, looks pretty intense. Obviously the holes and the aerodynamics that go through the bike, it's pretty nice. In New York here, we have to have a reflector on the back. And I found this one, had a cool little design to it. It's a little tapered on the edges, but it mounts to the back of the plate with 3M tape. I bought a little silicone license plate bracket so you don't hear any vibrations or anything, and got rid of the whole rear fender that came with the bike, and that thing was ungodly awful looking. It was probably about this far behind the back tire, so I got rid of that. I have to have my license plate out like this. I can't tuck it in, even though this eliminator here has the ability to flip this so the license plate goes downwards. New York here, we can't do that. They'll give you a ticket for that every time. So avoided that. Just put that on. Through this Panigale sticker, I put that on. This one is factory right here. But again, you can see these rivet marks here. When they send me the seat cover, these will all probably come off, and it'll just be one new fairing piece for the back. Eliminate the seat. On this side of the bike, I haven't done too much. Haven't played with the suspension yet. Gonna leave that for a while. I got some break-in riding to do before I start messing with that. Got a fall protector here. Again, it's etched with Panigale. It's pretty cool. And it keeps the bike, you know, on this side a little bit protected, which is the kickstand side. On the kickstand side here, I put on a extension plate. Gives it a little bit bigger footprint. Keep this bike upright on ground that might be a little more unlevel. The kickstand is connected to the engine block, so they tell you not even to sit on your bike when this thing is down. So you want to be careful of the kickstands on these bikes because it's connected to that block, and you definitely don't want to cause any damage to the block. So we'll keep it on a stand all the time for the most part, and probably get a stand for the front too at some point for long-term storage. I got on the phone mount that worked pretty well. I got to hook it up yet to the battery so it can charge phones. It charges magnetically, but there's a USB port down here. The helmet I have over there, it's got a red light on the back. That's USB charging. So this is a nice little helmet here that just makes things a little more visible for people when I'm riding around here. So that's pretty nice. Just a rear light, legal here. I don't know, there's different modes on this thing. So I don't know if, I just hit this button here and get it to change real fast. That just dims it, that blinks. The old like Knight Rider kind of motion, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, that's chargeable. And I also have a intercom system over here that lights up, you know, so it's pretty nice. Speakers inside the helmet for music, you know, typical intercom. But you know, if I drive somewhere, I can hook up a wire from that phone charger and charge those things, which is a nice little feature. I decided to hold off on hooking that up yet because I have to take the fairing off to get to the battery to hook up a battery tender for when this thing is sitting for a long time. Keep that battery up to charge. I got a typical, you know, it's carbon fiber looking tank protector in the front there. Lamborghini thing again. It's on both sides. The winglets. And these are the factory mirrors. I like the way the factory mirrors look. I did buy the thinner mirrors that look like wings. But honestly, I think the factory OEM ones look pretty badass. The bike looks real stealthy being black. The LED lights up in here are very bright. So you know what? Sometimes safety outweighs cool looks and things. And at my age, I'm 47. Got 3 kids that are somewhat older, so it took me a while to buy a bike. But when I decided to buy my second bike, because I used to have a Gixxer 750, I said, hey, I'm going to buy a Ducati and go all out. And did not want the V4 specifically because the 750 had an inline. And this bike, the V2, still has the 955cc V-twin in it, and it is a different experience, I'll have to say. But I really like the V-twin. It's pretty badass, to tell you the truth. So not too many street bikes anymore with the V-twin. And other than that, those are most of the things that I've done. Excellent bike to ride, very manageable on the roads, very easy to control, very light dry weight. I'm 6 foot tall, a little bit taller than that. Easily put my feet on the ground, easily hold the bike up in traffic at a stoplight. Very nice. It's real nice. It's got the shifter, automatic shift, so you don't even need to pull the clutch. So that's a real nice feature. I can just shift on the fly with my foot and do not need to pull the clutch lever to shift. So that's a really nice feature. It's got, you know, a whole bunch of, you know, electronics in it, that of which I still have to mess around with come this spring and summer, between, you know, wheelie control, engine torque control. You can adjust a whole bunch of settings for what power you want to give the engine. There's ABS brakes, front and rear, ABS sensors, front and rear. It notices tire slip. It notices tire slide. So it does whatever it can to try to help you out with the power to keep you upright. But again, it comes down to the rider. Other than that, I don't really think there's too much more that I did. I'm just waiting to put on a clutch cover again in that nicer weather. But all in all, guys, beautiful bike. Beautiful, beautiful bike.